This is video 31 regarding inclusion support. Forethought does have some systems for special population teachers to include that will help teachers and or document our inclusionary time in classrooms. So as a special populations teacher or even teaching assistant, you are going into the general ed classroom and providing inclusion support. General education teachers are the ones who are creating the lesson plans, so we need to create a way for you to document your inclusion support. As a special populations teacher or teaching assistant, you need to document the goal that students may have inside the TEKS that the teacher is teaching. In order to get you started, you need to ensure that all general education teachers share their lesson planner with you. And there is a previous video on that if a gen ed teacher needs some help doing that. This will provide you a way to see what you are doing and how you can support your general population, your special population students. In order to add inclusion support section to your lesson plans, we need to do the following steps. So let's navigate to Eduphoria Forethought, and you're going to go down and you're going to hit Change My Settings. Start with Change My Settings, and you're going to work on My Schedule. Inside of My Schedule, you're going to click on the schedule that you want to edit, and we're going to click on Edit Schedule. We're not going to change the name of the schedule, so we're going to click Next. And what you're going to do is you're going to add another entry. And the entry that we're going to, so you're going to put add an entry, and the entry we're going to add is called a special entry. So click special entry and click enter, and we're going to name this inclusion support. And you have to make sure that the radio button yes is checked in order to be able to provide the notes that are necessary. Click next. Remember, you do have to go all the way through the wizard in order to get it to save that information. So just keep clicking next as you go through this until you're done and start using Forethought. Now, if you look at your planner, this planner doesn't show any changes from the original. The reason is because we already had our stamp of our old lesson plan and schedule on there. So we need to go in and delete today's plans, and that's okay because we haven't done any planning yet. And when you do, then the new stamp is replaces the old stamp. And if you scroll down to the bottom of this lesson plan, you will see an area that says inclusion support. And that is a really awesome area. So when you get down here, this is an editable area that you can actually put documentation into. Now, how you put your documentation in this area, we are going to talk about right now. So when you put your documentation in, I do have a graphic here that I want to share with you. And this is a very simple way for you to document inside of that class. So the class we have open is English for one of our campuses. So if you have English 1 and English 2, 3, and 4, so if you have students in any particular class, this could be the way you document it. You would first put the initials of the student. You'd probably put the grade level and what classroom. You'd put their initials, and you would write their goal, and then you would write what their goal is from the IEP, writing, capitalization, punctuation is the example here. And then after that, you would put what are the accommodations that are needed to reach that goal. Okay, so in looking at that graphic, I'm just going to move this over to the side for now. Looking here, so we're going to say that Scott Carruthers is one of the students in this class, and his goal 1 is going to be able to know the difference between denotative and connotative meaning. Okay, so we're going to put that goal there. Connotative and denotative meaning, that's my goal. And then out beside there, we're going to put what my accommodations are. Maybe I get highlighted text. Maybe I get repeated directions. repeat directions, and maybe also graphic organizers. So you're just going to list all of the accommodations that they need. Okay, and maybe that's for me in English 1 first period. So over here on the this little toolbar, you have some options. You can move up, you can move down, you can move all around. So we're going to move this up. It says we have to save our plan, so let's go to cancel. Let's click save real quick, and now we're going to move it up. We're going to move it up, and let's see where it went. I think it moves up a class at a time. So see, it moved up to the bottom, moved up above the 8th period. So we need to keep moving it up until it gets to where we want it to be. So if Scott Carruthers, or SC, was in the period that, let's see, where'd it go? Okay, so now it's at the bottom of the class in period 6, English 4. So if I was in English 4 and these are what I needed to learn, that's where I would leave it. But otherwise, you're going to keep moving it up or down until it's right below the class that it needs to be in. Remember, always click the save button if it's activated. And that basically is how you do that. And if you had another kid in this class, you would just put their initials, for example, and put what their goal is, goal 1. And if they have more than one goals, you have G1 and G2. And then you'd kind of write out the goal. And then you're going to write out the accommodations. Accommodations needed. So that's kind of the format that we will use, and then you can document that. You can also come back in and document the time that you were in there and what you may have done as well. So that is a way to document your inclusion support in each of the classes and with each of the kids that need that inclusion support.